Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Fitz1TV here, aka GLORIN33, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm GLORIN33, as I just said. If you guys are new, welcome. If you guys are regular subscribers, welcome back. Tonight I'm here with a WWE Monday Night Raw review for August 14, 2017. Tonight the show was live in Boston, Massachusetts, in my state, Massachusetts. As you guys know, I live here. If you guys didn't know, I went to WWE Live last night in Worcester, Massachusetts at the DCU Center. I had front row seats. It was a great show. I have a vlog showcasing all of my experience with my bro Agent Jimmy. Go check that video live on the channel right now. Give that a like. Tell me guys what you guys thought. And yeah, also check out all my other content. Remember to follow me on Twitter at GLORIN33. Follow me on Instagram at THEREALGLORIN. And me on Snapchat at GLORIN33. That info I believe should be down in the description below. But yeah, some of you guys may be asking why I didn't go to the show tonight. I didn't have time. I had work this afternoon, and by the time I would have got out of work, for me to drive down to the TD Garden, which would have been about an hour drive. The show would have been around like 9:15 ish. So I only would have been there for about an hour and a half. And for me personally, if I'm not gonna be there for the full event, I'd rather not be at all. But I was able to come home, and then see the start of Raw, and basically get to see my girl Sasha Banks. As you guys know, last night I did see Sasha at the show. She winked at me twice. I'm still a little hyped about that. I almost got a picture with her, but unfortunately she had to hurry up and exit the stage because they were in a rush for time. So if only I had a couple more seconds, I would have been able to get a picture with Sasha, but it's okay. There's always next time, right? I kind of wish they were doing a meet and greet in like Boston or something. I would drive down there, easily meet her in a second, just like that. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's get to the review of the show. So Monday Night Raw tonight, live in Boston, Massachusetts. I won't always be doing reviews like this. I do plan to do a SummerSlam review. We'll see if I do a SmackDown live review tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, let's get right to it. So the show started off with Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose came out and he wanted answers from Seth Rollins. As we know, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. A lot of people have been calling. This has been a great storyline so far. The reemergence of two of the former three Shield guys coming back together. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen both of them try to get back. Well, Dean has had trust issues, having trouble trusting Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out with a huge pop. The crowd in Boston was hyped. It was an amazing crowd. You guys really brought it down in Boston. Thank you guys for that. I love my Boston people. You guys showed WWE why Boston's one of the best crowds for these WWE events. Anyway, back to the show. Basically, Seth Rollins came out with his burning. I love his burn it down. That new add-on to his theme. It's really hyped. I love it. Can't wait to see that in WWE 2K18. That's gonna be a hype thing to do. But Seth Rollins came out and he was like, "I understand." He said that he was saying that I understand why you can't trust me, because to be honest, sometimes I can't trust myself. Basically, Dean and Seth were clashing with one another. They couldn't trust each other. Dean put out the fist, saying, "Are we gonna do this or we're not?" Seth was hesitant, backed away. Then Dean attacked Seth. And then Seth attacked Dean. But it wasn't like two fight. It was like, what the hell's going on here? What the hell are we doing? Then Sheamus and Cesaro came out, attacked the boys. And then Seth and Dean were able to fight Sheamus and Cesaro off. And basically, one of the best moments of the night, some will say the best moments of the night, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose in front of the Boston crowd reunite, both doing their famous Shield pros. And now they're finally back together. And then after that, Kurt Angle came out with a huge pop of "You Suck" to Kurt Angle as part of his gimmick. Kurt Angle announced that at SummerSlam, as we already speculated, that Cesaro and Sheamus will defend their Raw Tag Team Championships against the newly or um, the back together formation of Dean and Seth Rollins. We already saw this coming for weeks, but we finally got it confirmed tonight. Basically, we all know, or if you guys don't know, well, where this is heading to is this is heading to a Dean Ambrose heel turn. Dean, we all know Dean is, or well, we believe this is gonna happen. We believe Seth and Dean will eventually win the tag team championships from from Sheamus and Cesaro, and that will lead to eventually Dean possibly sooner rather than later costing Rollins and Ambrose the tag team championship, leading to an eventual Dean heel turn. We've heard in the dirt sheets, we've heard it speculated. It's not, it hasn't happened yet, but that's where I believe this is going. This is going to lead to a Dean Ambrose heel turn and an eventual Dean versus Seth Rollins feud. We've seen Dean versus Seth many times, with Dean being the face and Rollins as the heel, but we've never seen it with Seth as the face and Dean as the heel. With Seth and Dean both being top baby faces on Raw right now, Dean's been needed a heel turn for a while. He's the only one in the Shield that hasn't been a heel since the breakup, other than Roman Reigns. We've seen Seth be a heel. Now he's a face. Roman, even though he's a face, he's mostly gets heel reactions because we all hate Roman Reigns. Fuck that guy. Sorry about that, but Dean has almost been a face the whole time. Dean doesn't really get negative reactions. He's a crowd favorite. Everybody loves him. So that's why it's going to be interesting once Dean does eventually turn heel, how that's going to be switched up. So Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean and Rollins at SummerSlam, confirmed tonight. Next up, my favorite part of the night, as you know, my favorite wrestler right now, Sasha Banks. She came out with her legit Boss Town shirt. I have the shirt. I was able to get at the show last night. I'm not wearing it right now, but she was wearing. One thing that got me pissed, just a side note, is Sasha Banks, basically what she was saying on Twitter is this legit Boss Town shirt, it would only be available for the shows, the WWE live event shows this weekend, which was WWE Augusta, WWE Worcester, the one I went to last night, and tonight in WWE Boston. But during the show tonight, WWE on his Twitter page officially released the shirt on WWEshop.com, so now everyone around the world can get that shirt. So the reason why I really got the shirt, I didn't really need to, I wanted to, because I thought it was going to be exclusive, but I guess not. But it's all good, you know what I mean? But back to what we were saying, Sasha versus Nia Jax. Basically, this was a great match. We know Sasha and I have very good chemistry in the ring together. We seen a couple weeks, or about a month ago, on the build, the Great Balls of Fire, we saw Sasha face Nia Jax in that great main event, the end Raw. We saw David versus Goliath. We saw Nia beat down Sasha with Alexa Bliss on watching on, and then Sasha would come back at the end of the match to have a triumphant victory. They did it again tonight, but the hometown crowd added a new element. The hometown crowd was with Sasha all the way because, you know, it's Sasha is from Boston. We know WWE doesn't really always respect hometown guys. We always usually see hometown people lose, or hometown superstars lose in their hometown. Most notable moment for me was seeing Sasha lose in Boston last year at Hell in a Cell against Charlotte in that Hell in a Cell main event for the Raw Women's Championship. But it is what it is. But tonight, it was a little different. They did the same David versus Goliath story. Nia beat down Sasha for the most of the match. It was a pretty long match. I believe it went over. It was close to 20 minutes, and not over 20 minutes. The crowd got really into it at the end. Alexa, they had like a beach. I don't know. It was like it looked like a lifeguard chair, and Alexa was, I guess it goes with her character, as you know, Alexa calls herself the goddess of WWE, or the Raw Women's Division, as she is the champ right now. She was like, it's like her sitting on her throne. She had the Raw Women's Champion, and she didn't show any emotion. She just watched the match, which was great. I actually enjoyed that really much. But basically at the end of the match, we saw Sasha do her double knees, but it was actually a really good match. A really good match. Sasha, the best part of the match was the ending. Sasha was able to get the bake statement in, but Nia was crawling to the ropes. Sasha, she used her legs to block Nia from the ropes, and then she wrapped her leg against Nia's right arm, right arm, to block her to keep Nia um, from being able to get to the ropes. Nia then reversed it, then picked up Sasha. What Sasha did a beautiful, beautiful DDT, reversed into a DDT, back into the bake statement, with, and then Nia would tap out. The crowd popped like crazy. Sasha then got onto the ring apron and put up the sign 4 times, which signifies Sasha saying, oh, looking straight into Alexa, saying, I will beat you at SummerSlam and become a 4-time champ. The way I believe I will probably do a SummerSlam predictions video, probably most likely on Wednesday if I have time. We'll go over every single match. Basically, the reason why I'm going to wait till Wednesday, because we have SmackDown Live tomorrow, which I believe is in Providence, Rhode Island, if I'm right. The last show before SummerSlam, because after that, all the WWE superstars are going to be in Brooklyn the rest of the week doing media, all that crap, NXT, Brooklyn, all that, getting ready for SummerSlam, SummerSlam week, the second biggest week in the year for WWE, other than WrestleMania. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got it. I'm back. So basically, Sasha, I believe she will be Alexa Bliss. I'll go into this more detail when we get to the previews and predictions video. But Sasha will, in my opinion, right now, at least beat Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. I believe she should have been #1 contender the whole time. I had no idea why Bayley was brought back into the fold, but whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, here we go. So next up, what we have next? Next we have basically we have the Miz walked into Kurt Angle's office looking for Kurt Angle. He was like, he wanted to know why, what Kurt was gonna do since Brock Lesnar attacked all of them on Miz TV last week on Raw. Kurt Angle says, that's your problem, I have nothing to do with that. Miz and Angle was then told Curtis Axel he's gonna face Jason Jordan tonight. The Miz was like, no, I'm gonna face Jason Jordan tonight. I want to show your son who's boss, blah blah blah. And basically, as Miz was going on his ranting, rambling on, one of the WWE officials came in and said, Kurt, we have a problem with with Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. We went to break, came back. Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt are brawling in the parking lot. Kurt Angle breaks it up. They have officials and security break it up. And basically, Kurt's like, save it for SummerSlam. Finn's then yelling, we don't need to save it for SummerSlam. We can do this right here, right now, tonight, here in Boston. And the crowd popped for that. And basically, so Finn was saying, oh, we can do this right here, right now, tonight, here in Boston. Kurt Angle was like, fine, if that's what you want, SummerSlam coming early. And we got that, basically. Well, I'll get back to that. SummerSlam come early in just a second. But basically, then I'm going to go straight into that. Finn Balor faced Bray Wyatt later on in the night, but we're going to talk about that right now, because why the hell not? So basically, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I'm not that interested in this feud, to be honest. The only reason why I really care is because WWE is using Bray Wyatt to bring back the demon Finn Balor. Everyone's been saying it since Finn came back after WrestleMania. We haven't seen Finn bring back the demon gimmick. But we know Bray Wyatt's character and how Bray Wyatt, he believes he's some kind of mythical god and how he likes to challenge people demons. So basically, it was an okay match. I was just not that interested in the feud. But basically, it ended with Finn Balor was on the top rope going for the coup de grace, and then Bray Wyatt then I low blowed Finn Balor, then picked him up off the top rope and Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt gets the victory. After the match, Bray Wyatt attacks Finn Balor again, delivers a second Sister Abigail to Finn Balor. Then he takes, for some reason, he had this bucket. So basically, WWE they're saying it was a bucket of blood. Maybe it was fake blood, but it was probably most likely like red paint, something not too serious. Red paint, something you can, use and won't have too much of effect on you. Basically, Bray pours a bunch of red paint all over Finn Balor. It's all over him. So basically, afterwards, Finn goes to the back and he goes interview, and then he's saying, "Oh, this Sunday at SummerSlam there will be a rematch between me and Bray." And basically, what Finn says, Bray Wyatt has his demons. Well, this Sunday at SummerSlam, Bray Wyatt will find out that I have my demons too. And basically, this was one thing that I did have a problem with. They did it last year with SummerSlam. So if you remember last year, when Seth Rollins was still a heel, and when they first introduced the Universal Championship, they had the week before SummerSlam, they had Finn, who had just got drafted to Raw. They had to bring out the Demon gimmick, and that was at a time because not all WWE fans watch NXT. Not all WWE fans have the WWE Universe. The WWE Network. So some people were still getting used to Finn Balor, still learning, understanding who he is, his character, all that. And they didn't know about this demon character. Instead, WWE, instead of saving it for SummerSlam, they decided to let people find out who the demon is a week later. A week early, I mean. They made the same mistake again tonight. Finn is back. We haven't seen the Demon King gimmick since last year at SummerSlam. Remember, Finn was out for over half a year with that shoulder injury he sustained at SummerSlam last year. Came back the night after WrestleMania, but we haven't seen him use the gimmick. So instead, some people probably forgot about it. People like us who watch WWE and we follow it, we dissect it, they remembered who he was. So the thing I have a problem is why WWE could have just said, "Oh, Finn Balor will face Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam in a rematch, whatever." Instead, they should have saved it for SummerSlam and make it more special by having the Demon King come out. All right, even though we predicted this would happen, but it still doesn't make any sense why WWE would wait, spoil the surprise, and then announce that the Demon King's gonna return at SummerSlam. Maybe they're just trying to give you a reason to watch the show for all those Finn Balor fans out there, but it's whatever. We can't do nothing about it now. Basically, after this, Elias, basically he came over giving us a little bit of song. Who wants to walk with Elias? Whatever, right? And then he started making fun of Boston. I didn't like it, but I understand it because he does it because it gets him heat. It gets him legit heat with the crowd. He said how he walked past Fenway Park earlier in the day, and how much he noticed it was a dump. All this, and he was dissing Boston and all that. R-Truth came out and started rapping, but then Elias got mad and then quickly took out R-Truth. Whatever. It was pretty pointless segment to me. Maybe it was just to get more heat on Elias. Whatever. Alright, we'll go through this one really quick. Big Cass came out. It was actually pretty funny. Big Cass came out. One thing I noticed, because I was at the WWE live show last night, I noticed it a little bit on TV, but like I had a front row seat to the WWE show last night, and I noticed how much Tanner, um, Big Cass puts on his body. He puts a lot. It's kind of ridiculous. These WWE superstars, they put Tanner in like oil to make themselves look more intimidating when they're in the ring. The women do it less than the men, but like the men, I noticed it a lot because when they were punching each other and stuff, or like flying around the ring, you could kind of see like the oil and sweat like fly off their bodies as they're moving at such high speeds. But Big Cass, one person I used to know is this. Randy Orton used to put a ton of Tanner way earlier in his career. It was ridiculous how shiny he would look. You could tell it was a bunch of unnecessary Tanner. Randy Orton doesn't put as much nowadays, but back in the day you could notice. Big Cass, at the live event last night, I had a front row seat. It was ridiculous how much this guy put just for a live event, and he was only out for about 5 minutes, out in front of us for less than 5 minutes. It wasn't even like needed for him to have that much on. It was ridiculous. So basically, they brought down the shark cage. As you guys know, Big Cass will face Big Show at SummerSlam with um Enzo in the shark cage. I don't care about that match. I may not even watch it. I hope it's on the pre-show because I don't plan on watching the pre-show. But um, basically, Big Cass, basically he kept saying this Sunday, and then like 5, 6 times in a row, the Boston crowd would boo him. It took like 5 or 6 times for it to happen. Then Big Cass was like, "I'll stay here all night. I just have to talk louder than you guys. You guys are irrelevant. Blah blah blah. I make money here. You don't," which didn't really make sense because the WWE Universe is the one that pays for the tickets, that puts the money in your pockets. But whatever, right? WWE logic. So Big Cass was rambling on. I didn't really care for his promo. Enzo came out. I loved Enzo when he was with Big Cass, but now he's just annoying because he comes out every week, runs his mouth, and then Big Cass kicks him in the face. Big Show then came out, and then all out of nowhere, Gallows and Anderson came. Gallows and Anderson attacked Big Show along with Big Cass, and they took like a little string or belt loop thingy. They tied Big Cass's right arm. Cause if you remember the last 2 weeks on Raw before tonight, Big Show has knocked out Big Cass. So basically, what they did, they basically slammed the door of the shark cage into Big Show's right hand, and they stepped on it. Basically, it looked like a plan by Big Cass to get Big Show's hand injured, so Big Show won't be able to use it effectively or use it to its full potential against Big Cass this Sunday, because Big Cass has been knocked out with it the last 2 weeks. So it's whatever. I don't care about this match. I don't care about this feud. It's whatever. Big Cass will probably win at SummerSlam, but really, I just don't really care. Next up, is it time? Yes, here we go. So the cruiserweight, we had one cruiserweight match tonight. We had Akira Tozawa versus Neville for the cruiserweight championship. This was when I said earlier we would get back to the whole part talking about WWE and I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to say. How we would get back to the whole point about WWE and doing SummerSlam matches early, saying SummerSlam came early. I know that WWE has been discussing taking matches off the card because right now, I believe there's like There's like 13 scheduled matches right now for SummerSlam, and it's a 4-hour show. I think right now there's more matches on this card than there were at WrestleMania, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It's a 4-hour show. WrestleMania last year was over, or WrestleMania this year started at 7 and ended like past midnight. SummerSlam will end somewhere around 11 o'clock, hopefully, if everything goes on schedule. But, Akira Tozawa, so basically the reason why I believe they did this match tonight is that they're not going to do it at SummerSlam. I picked Akira Tozawa to win this match, because they've been building it. I believe Akira Tozawa from the start was going to be the guy to take the championship from Neville. In a great match, Neville went for his red arrow move. Tozawa countered it, and then Tozawa did a swanton off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. We have a new cruiserweight champion. I'm happy for Tozawa. It's the reason I'm not as excited we're talking about it right now is because I'm not the biggest fan of the cruiserweight division. I feel like they're talented, but like I just don't care that much really about it. Even though I picked Tozawa to win the championship anyway, it's whatever. Hopefully they don't do the rematch at SummerSlam because it's just an unneeded match. Really, you can like do the rematch on like 205 Live. It doesn't really necessarily need to be on Monday Night Raw. So I'm trying to look what else. So Mickie James versus Emma. Basically Emma was crying in the locker room as she's been doing the last couple of weeks with her hashtag Give Emma a chance thing, saying how she should be the one facing Alexa at SummerSlam for the championship. How she supposedly got screwed against Sasha last week, which she didn't, since that no one really cares about. I care about Emma. I see her talent. She's really talented. It's just that it's really whatever at this point, right? Basically, Mickie, and Emma, we've noticed Emma's been being used a little bit the last couple weeks, and Raw, we barely see Mickie James. We see Mickie James at house shows, but like she hasn't been on Raw that much. So we did see Mickie versus Emma tonight, and what was like the match was like 3-4 minutes long with Mickie winning. I think they're doing this because eventually, if what I see, before the end of the year, we're gonna see Sasha versus Emma in a championship feud. I believe once Sasha wins the title from Bliss and finishes her feud with Bliss, Emma will be the next challenger for Sasha. Because we know Emma is one of the best in the division, in WWE in general, when it comes to the women, when it comes to talent in the ring. She's really talented, but, you know, she just hasn't been given that chance yet. But we'll get to that time when that time comes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Mickie James beats Emma. We're almost to the end of this review. I'm trying to see what else we got. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta remember. I was looking at a Twitter video. My bad, guys. But I'm just looking through. Okay, yeah. So basically, we're almost at the end of the review. Miz versus Jason Jordan. So what we heard the last couple of weeks, Jason Jordan was supposed to be put into a feud against the Miz for SummerSlam. Right now, there's no Intercontinental Championship match set. There probably won't be, because there's not going to be any room on the card, which is okay. But I don't want they don't need to rush a feud with Jason Jordan, because right now the most important thing is not getting Jason Jordan to a high championship feud. It's getting him over the crowd. Last couple of weeks, he's gotten some cheers, but he's also gotten some boos. His character's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. He's touted in the ring, but he's a little bit boring. That's why I was more of a Chad Gable kind of guy. When they were a team in American Alpha, and I wasn't really the biggest American Alpha kind of guy either, but I saw more potential in Chad Gable than I saw in Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan, he could hold his own in the ring. He's not bad in the ring at all, but he seems like too mellow, too quiet back, too scripted. I feel they could do better than him, but basically, Jason Jordan versus The Miz, it didn't really go that far, really. Kurt's actual Bo Dallas got involved, but then the Hardy Boys came out, and then it turned into a six-man tag between Jason Jordan and the Hardys against Miz and his entourage. It was a decent match, not bad at all, with Jeff Hardy hitting a swanton on, I believe it was Bo Dallas, to pick up the victory. There were a lot of cheers, so hopefully this will help Jason Jordan get more over, as he was very impressive in the match anyway. So to end the show, Alexa Bliss did an interview, a WWE exclusive interview you can see on the WWE Network or on the YouTube page. Alexa Bliss says, Sasha's had opportunities to beat before, and she's failed and still fail again at SummerSlam. I don't think that'll happen, but whatever. To close out the show, and this review, we had Kurt Angle and security guards around the ring. Basically, Kurt Angle said, this is the Protect Our main event. He didn't want Brock, Samoa Joe, Braun, and Roman killing each other before SummerSlam. Lesnar and Heyman come out. Heyman gives about a 10-minute speech. Talking about how Lesnar will retain his championship at SummerSlam, even though he has the odds stacked against him. All this other stuff, and how this would be another mark on Lesnar's legacy. Joe came out. Then Joe started talking about how he'll put Lesnar to sleep, and he's going to snatch the title away from Lesnar at SummerSlam. Strowman came out and said how he's always the last man standing, and how no matter how many people face at SummerSlam, he'll be the last man standing with the Universal Championship. All three of them gave good promos, helping out their characters, and I was fine with it. Roman Reigns came out to a chorus of boos, but he didn't say anything. He walked straight down in the ring and speared Samoa Joe. Then, Strowman power slammed Roman. Then we got a huge stare down between Lesnar and Strowman, and the crowd popped massively for that. We want to see this in the future, which we probably will be. But the security guards got in the ring, tried to break them up. Lesnar and Strowman beat up the security guards, and then Angle calls for the locker room to come out. So like Hardy Boys, Heath Slater, Tyson O'Neil, all these superstars come out to keep Lesnar and Strowman apart, keep them away from each other until SummerSlam. So that's all I got for you guys today. Boston, you were a very great crowd. 10 out of 10 tonight. You guys really helped this show. It was a decent show. There was things that could have been done better, of course, but it was an okay show. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed seeing Sasha win. Enjoyed seeing the Miz. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins reunite. I enjoyed the ending segment with Joe, Strowman, Lesnar, and Reigns. And overall, it was a decent show. All right, it wasn't great, but it was decent. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 6.8 out of 10. How about that? 6.8 out of 10. So that's all I got for you guys today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting pretty tired. I want to get out of here. Probably get some rest for tonight. I might be back with a SmackDown Live review tomorrow. I will have SummerSlam prediction video coming out later this week, probably on Wednesday, hopefully, God willing. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at TheRealGLorin. Follow me on Twitter at Snapchat at GLorin33. That's all I got for you guys today. Have a great day, guys. Thank you guys for staying through the video. Peace.